Hey there, welcome to day 5 of our 30-day digital clean sweep. If you've been following along, you've already begun clearing your desktop, your downloads, and maybe even given your inbox a little breathing room. Today we're heading into tab territory. Now listen, I am not here to shame your tabs. Some of us use lots of tabs on purpose. I know I do. During a busy day, especially in a virtual meeting or while teaching online, I might have 8, 10, or even 15 tabs open and actively in use. Keyword, actively. That's not clutter, that's workflow. Screen size matters too. On my large monitor, I can see everything laid out clearly. It's functional, but on a small laptop screen, even 5 tabs can start to feel overwhelming. So today, this is less about the number of tabs and more about their purpose and the way they're organized. We want to make sure that they are helping you instead of just hanging out aimlessly, draining your mental energy. So let's take a look at all of our tabs today. We're going to ask ourselves, is it truly in use? Should I keep it? Should I shrink it? Should I group it? Or should I close it? So those are the 3 key questions we're going to ask ourselves. Let's get started. All right. This is my typical browser window on any given day. I'm not going to bore you with all of the ins and outs of why I have these tabs open, but I do want to show you how I'm going to quickly get these tabs a little more organized. Let me start by saying that most of these I do use actively throughout the day, ongoing. I am back and forth, so I need to have access to them. Ones I don't need, I can tell you just right off the top of my head, I can close my Google Drive tab. If I need something, I can open that tab very easily. I can also close my Kahoot tab. I use Kahoot and other game systems quite a bit, but here's the thing. I can always click the plus sign for a new tab, and I have Kahoot saved as a shortcut. So that makes it super easy for me to just open it up when I need it. And the same thing is true of Google Drive. You can click your plus sign, go to your waffle, and just open your Google Drive and find what you're looking for pretty quickly and easily. So those 2 tabs I can close and get rid of the clutter if I'm not actively using them in the moment. All right, so what are some other ways that I can organize some of these things that I need throughout the day? Some of these things are for communication. There's a lot of ways we communicate throughout the day digitally. We communicate with colleagues in our Google Chats and our Gmails. I communicate with families in ClassDojo, so I'm going to click and I'm going to organize. I'm going to bring my ClassDojo over next to my email. So when I'm communicating, I can quickly go back and forth between the 2. Another tool I use to communicate with people is GoGuardian. This lets me see student screens, send messages, prompt them, and help them out throughout the day. So these 3 tabs kind of work hand in hand, and I can only really be using one of them at a time. So what I'm going to do is put them all together as communication. So I've got my inbox selected, and I'm going to press Shift, and I'm going to go all the way across to my GoGuardian, right click, and I'm going to add these tabs, all 3 tabs, to a new group. So click on Add Tabs to New Group. I'm going to call this group Communication because that's what these tabs are used for, and I'm going to give it a yellow color and press Enter. Now, when I click this communication bubble, it shrinks and expands all 3 of those tabs so I can pick the one that I need so much more quickly. I love that. All right, what else can I put together? My Rapid Identity is a big launching point throughout the day. My lesson plans are a big launching point, and then I spend a lot of time watching student work here in Studies Weekly. But honestly, Studies Weekly goes better with my classroom screen because I screen share from that quite often. So I'm going to take my classroom screen and my Studies Weekly, and I'm going to group them together. Right click and add to group. I'm going to make a new group, and I'm going to call this screen sharing, because that's a thing I do a lot throughout the day, is to share with my students. So now I can quickly expand or shrink those, and I'm going to put my screen sharing next to my communication. So now I have less things on my screen. These three things I feel like I can put together. I track some attendance and things. So I'm going to call this, I think this really fits under the category of teacher tools more than anything. At least for now, that's what works for me. So I'm going to make a group called Teacher Tools. Even though all of these things are kind of teacher tools, these are like for my eyes only. It's not really something I show students. Okay, now I can shrink and expand those, and I can, yeah, there it is. So that has made this screen a whole lot better, real easily. Awesome, love it. And now I can also, let me show you. I can, let's see, let me pull this down and close that out. All right, so let's say I open this in the morning and nothing is open yet. I could choose how I want to start my day. I might start with my teacher tools, or I might start with my communication tools, or I might start with screen sharing, but they're not all open right now. None of them are open right now. So whatever I open is going to get added into the tabs. So until I need them, they don't even show up, which I really, really like. All right, what about tabs that have a little less purpose? You know, we browse throughout the day too, and we get these tabs with information and we run out of time. I'm not going to have time to read all of this. I might want to come back to it. I'm not sure when I'll come back to it. So what are we going to do with these that we're not sure if we can close or not, or if we might want them later? Well, right now these tabs are all taking up quite a bit of space inside the browser. That's because by default they have the icon and the title. I can shrink these by right-clicking and choosing to pin this tab. Right-click, pin, and it shrinks it. It removes the title, so it takes up less space. And then these tabs are available when I'm ready to think about them again. And I'll tell you when we're going to think about them. We're going to think about them when we come back and start looking at our not benchmarks, silly me, bookmarks, our bookmarks in our browser. So don't feel badly if you decide to just pin a lot of things and kind of get them out of sight, out of mind for right now, knowing that you might want to come back and look at them later. All right. So those are my strategies. There's a tool called OneTab that can also be used to like roll all of your open tabs up into one tab category group. That can work pretty well as well. But remember that this challenge isn't really about closing everything. It's about making intentional choices and clearing what you don't need while supporting the things that you do need. So take a quick look. How many tabs are open right now? Too many to count? Well, which ones are your must-haves and which ones can you close? Which ones will you want to take a closer look at later? Remember, you're not a tab hoarder. You're just managing your day-to-day workflow. But even the most organized systems need a reset now and then. So today, give your brain and your browser a breather by reviewing and organizing your tabs. And don't forget, you can catch all the past videos and prompts either in the Facebook group or on Substack. And I will see you tomorrow for day 6. Bye for now.